Everyone's love remembrances were meant to offer bhog to Baba. Baba looked at all of us, gave very, 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 very loving and powerful drishti. Baba looked at whole Avyakti Parivar, but then also gave drishti to each one of us. Then I said, Baba, I brought bhog for you, and Baba, with lot of love, accepted bhog. And then Baba said, are each one of you feeling safe and secure? So I said, yes, under your canopy. So Baba said, that is what has to be remembered, that I am under Baba's canopy. Because if that is in your awareness, you always think like that, then you are protected. And then today Baba said, one of the main aim in the life is to move forward. And what is moving forward? Moving forward is increasing your percentage of each virtue and power. And as you are bestowing these days, but Baba says sometimes there is very subtle influence of external situations. But that situation, whatever comes, is for you to apply faith, apply love. It's for applying. You get a, Baba gives you a chance, drama gives you a chance to apply. But sometimes children get affected. And when they get affected, then they are not able to increase their virtues and powers. So there will be many, many different kinds of situations, circumstances. But always remember, that's for you to move forward. It hasn't come to take away anything or affect you, but that comes to help you to increase your powers, to increase your virtues. Baba is with children, and Baba said you are at service. Right? When you are at service, then you should just be very careful that your power doesn't reduce by any kind of influence. And Baba said, whatever happens is nothing for you. You are Master Almighty, you are victorious soul, and also internally always have this thought, whatever is happening is very good, and whatever will happen will be very good. It's not only believe, but have this thought constantly. And that will keep you, Baba said, never get disappointed, discouraged, because that's what you are doing, is giving hope to others, right? Increasing courage of others. So Baba keeps saying that keep moving forward. Don't get stuck. Don't stop anywhere. Baba said, then you will know. It's like Baba was saying, self-progress constantly. And keep moving forward. Today Baba's slogan was, keep moving forward. Don't be influenced by anything. And that influence sometimes could make you lose something, but you have to actually increase, not lose. It was beautiful to be with Baba, and Baba give lots of love remembrances for each one of you. Om Shanti.
जीवन का फाउंडेशन महामंत्र क्या है? मन मना भावना, ये महामंत्र है ना। तो मन मना भाव नहीं हुए हो, नहीं हुए हैं। तो क्या सुना रहे थे कि ज्ञान सहित रहम दिल आत्मा कभी किसी के ऊपर, चाहे गुण के ऊपर, चाहे सेवा के ऊपर, चाहे समय प्रति समय किसी भी प्रकार का सहयोग प्राप्त होने के कारण किसी पर, आत्मा पर प्रभावित नहीं हो सकते। क्यों? ऐसी आत्मा बेहद की वैरागी होने के कारण स्वयं आपके स्नेह सहयोग साथ इसके सिवाय उसको कुछ और दिखाई नहीं देगा, बुद्धि में नहीं आएगा। तुम ही से उठो, तुम ही से सो, तुम ही से खाओ, तुम ही से सेवा करो, तुम ही साथ कर्म योगी बनो। यही स्मृति सदा उस आत्मा को रहती। कोई भी श्रेष्ठ आत्मा द्वारा सहयोग मिलता भी है, लेकिन उसका भी दाता कौन? कहाँ बुद्धि जाएंगे? पाप की तरफ जाएंगे। सहयोग लो, लेकिन दाता कौन ये नहीं बोलना। किसकी मत को धारण कर आपको सहयोग देती। श्रीमत एक आपकी श्रीमत कोई निमित्त आत्मापन आपको स्मृति दिलाती। उसकी श्रीमत नहीं कहेंगे, लेकिन आपकी श्रीमत को फॉलो कर औरों को भी फॉलो कराने के लिए स्मृति दिलाती। बच्चे, मैं आपके सदा साथ हूँ।
Om Shanti, Merciful Bestower World Benefactors. O merciful world benefactors, souls, now let the waiting of all souls end. Everyone is waiting for you. When all of you become liberated, then all souls, matter, and devotees will become liberated. So become master bestowers who give the donation of liberation. Now save souls from their desires because they are very unhappy and distressed. So now be merciful and with the attitude of unlimited disinterest, spread the wave of mercy. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avikti Parivar. Today is day 13. Merciful and Bestower World Benefactors. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
More sorrow. So all that is happening and will be happening more. But what Baba is saying that we shouldn't be influenced by anything. It's both ways. One is like Baba is saying that let's say something is happening, so don't doubt, but apply more faith, be more strong. So it's like you keep moving forward. And we know that where we're going to liberation, right? That's what Baba was saying, that not only everyone has to be liberated, devotee souls, matter, everyone has to experience that liberation. Baba is saying mukti, right? Liberate every soul. So for us to be world benefactor, world transformer, so how can we become weak, right? Ever lose hope or courage or get tired? No. There is something more for you, some more progress, more fruition. If we look at how whenever there were crises outside in the world, Baba kept his children very strong, very busy, entertained also. And it did, we saw that during COVID, right? Now we only, in a Vyakti Parivar, we have knowledge, but there was a time every day, every night before closing, right? In super sensitive joy, we always danced together, right? Every day we used to do. So Baba says that you all keep moving forward. Don't be influenced. I am with you all. And always think inside, everything is good, very good. And whatever is going to happen will be good. And that create that kind of energy. Vibrations are important. Whenever Baba says to liberate or to serve the elements. I always keep thinking in what way we serve. How do we liberate the nature? How do we do that? Through our vibrations, through our powerful remembrance of Baba. What is the way? You all can reflect on that, because Baba says devotees should be liberated, nature should be liberated. Liberation from sorrow, disturbance, and especially these days, lot of news about externally, a lot of situations, even for the body, right? But how give very, very pure vibrations to your own body also. I like when Baba reminds that we have to be angelic. That means we create this body of light. Internally very pure, very clean, transparent, very light. Then also you feel free from pains to adopt this angelic body is very important. So whether I am using virtues and powers for my own self to progress, or when you think that how to empower other souls also, so that their ability, their capacity grows, their love for Baba grows. I think that's really is the being bestower, is to help everyone to fly, to move forward, to fly. Why flying? Because if you get stuck with every little situation of the day, by night time, where will you reach, right? Fly. I know whenever in this country, but also when I go to India, in Delhi, every time roads look so different. So I say, what happened? They say, look, this is flyover. Flyover really means is they have a bridge above the road. So the traffic, so they have down traffic on the road, but they also have flyover, and that doesn't block the traffic. Speed is fast. Before, like from airport to center, it will take long. Now it takes shorter. Right? So when Baba said yesterday in Morley about flying degrees, flying stage, I thought it's very, very important for each one of us. And if we are on duty to bring benefit to the world, to everyone, my thoughts, my words, my actions, bringing benefit, my heart to have that benevolence, I think that will keep us very, very happy and also powerful. So I think that this Avyakti signal are appropriate at this time of being merciful and bestower. So that is what is needed now. That is what is needed. But everyone, people just call and say, what is going on? What's going to happen? So we have to use the words of courage, and also through our pure heart, give blessing, so that it brings courage in them, and also right type of advice if we are able to. And that's Baba's Srimad, right? About wealth, about body, about mind, about relationships. Yesterday Baba said, my hand is of Srimad. So we hold Baba's hand and follow Srimad accurately. So this is all becoming world benefactor, right? Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Sister Mohini. When I look at you,
Mm.
I always feel there's an expression on your face. What is Gayatri going to come this evening and tell me? What is she going to ask me about? Is that what you're thinking? I wonder what Gayatri is going to ask me this evening.
I just, I just want to start when I'm not thinking. I am just, I'm still a little bit in subtle regions, right?
Oh, that's good. That's good. And how was Baba this evening? Did he send any love and remembrance, especially for me?
Yeah, anyone, everyone who sincerely, lovingly think of Baba, Baba sends lots of love for you also.
Yeah, it's very special to offer bhog in the morning and then offer bhog in the evening with you. It seems as though Baba we're invoking him, we're drawing his attention. And even though he said today, I am not a thought reader, I'm not Jani Janatar, we still want to think that he is a thought reader of our thoughts. And so he responds to them instantly.
That's
so
what Baba said. I know what is in your heart. Even you might not know.
That's right.
And he responds to that. And we do feel that response. Yeah.
And that's why he's the only one we trust with our hearts, right? He's the only one we can give our hearts to without even thinking or without feeling that, am I giving it to the right person? Because we trust him so totally with our hearts. Sister Mohini, today in Baba's Murli, I want to start with something that you mentioned when you just spoke. And that is we must churn a little bit more on how nature is served. Because today in the blessing, Baba was talking about the benevolent Father, and how the benevolent Father helps us to conquer Maya, to conquer matter. And then he said something that was very interesting. He said that let alone being benevolent to human souls, you are also benevolent to matter. And so you are all called conquerors of matter and conquerors of Maya. And this is the point that I left churning all day today. Matter becomes a bestower of happiness for you. And as I was thinking about this, I also felt that at the confluence age, and of course the theme for this month is bestower and merciful, and the age is the benevolent age. And so at the confluence age, when we are developing, these sanskaras of a merciful heart, and of being the benefactor and of bringing benefit, sometimes we feel more comfortable turning to nature for that mercy than turning to human beings for that mercy. And there's a story, Sister Mohini, and I was quite young when I first heard this story, but it always struck me because coming from a country like Guyana, I related to it very much. And it is about the relationship between a boy and a tree. And so when the boy was very young, he would go and swing. His father put a swing up on this tree, and he would swing and be happy. when the tree gave fruits, he would go and eat the fruits. And as he progressively grew up, he would turn to the tree for that kind of companionship. He would study under the shade of the tree. Then him and the tree developed a relationship. And so anytime he wanted something, he would go to the tree. The story is called the giving tree. And the tree would always give to him. And then, of course, he grew up and he started working. And then he went to the tree and he told the tree that he wanted to, he needed a house. So the tree said to him, why don't you take the wood from me? Here, I'm giving you the wood. Take the wood, go build yourself a house. So then he went and he built himself a house. And then later on, again, every time he wanted something, he would go to the tree and the tree would give it to him. And then finally he got old, and throughout the whole process, he was taking from the tree. So he took the branches, he took the leaves, he took the fruits, and then the tree was left with only a stub. And then he also got old. So then he started walking with a stick, and the tree said, you know, you've taken everything from me and all is left now is this stub. So sit down and rest on this stub. So he would sit down and he would rest. And then finally he died. And then the tree said, take whatever is left from me and make your pyre and burn yourself, burn the body. So the tree even gave him the wood with which his body was burned. So the whole story about the giving tree is how human beings take from matter and use matter throughout their lives, and how Mother Nature, that appropriate term that is used for Mother Nature, constantly gives and constantly gives. And we develop this relationship that when we can't, with nature, in which when we can't get what we want from human beings, or we don't get the mercy from human beings, we turn toward nature. And so I wanted to ask you, at this benevolent confluence age, when Baba says we should be serving nature, taking into consideration that story about the tree, how Mother Nature is so merciful, so giving all the time, how do we serve nature in a way that we recognize what nature has done for us throughout the many, many births of our life? And how do we recognize that? And how do we serve nature at this benevolent time?
You know, we have become what they call as consumers, you know, like we just keep using, and sometimes misusing, sometimes wastage. So I feel that, of course, vibrations are one thing, but also our daily use, respecting, you know, like whatever we are using, whether it is food or any kind of facility, there has to be a lot of respect for the matter. And when we respect matter, then we definitely get, the feelings from the nature of gratitude. So we have gratitude for nature, and nature then has gratitude for us, you know. So even these days they have so many conferences of echo, and so much is happening, and they're talking about consciousness and relationship with the matter. But it's not only consciousness. I think it's also in action. What are our action towards nature important? I mean, I have very lovely relationship with nature. And that is why whenever, whatever, whether it is climate, whether it's material things, when you have respect and you are very positive in the sense of you are not destructive, but rather you are, in a kind of like generosity or kindness towards nature also. Nature feels that, that's what I feel. That whatever your thoughts are, even if we could say that they don't speak, trees don't speak, but I feel as they have their own voice too. And so if we keep that in mind and love them, be happy when we are around, and see what more we can do, in the sense of creator. Yeah. Or
Um,
do you?
I was struck by the examples that Baba gave this morning, in which he says, he talked about the fire, the five elements, fire being one. And fire, in which he said the sannyasis train themselves to walk on fire. They control themselves so they could walk on that fire. But the second example he gave was Sita turned to fire to prove her fidelity, to prove her purity. And it seems as though when human beings were questioning her purity, she turned toward the fire, and the fire glorified that purity. When human beings want to be purified, they turn toward the water as well. They go to the Ganges and they bathe in the Ganges, and they think that the water purified them. And as you heard about the tree, Mother Earth is constantly giving and giving and giving. And also they say space, time and space allow for us to have spiritual experiences. So it seems as though each element plays an important role in our final karmati, reaching to that final karmati state. Do you want to comment on that in terms of the amount of worshiping that's done to the elements and the significance of this worshiping at the time of the confluence age and at the time of purification?
I think that, as Baba says, that when you are victorious over your sense organs, physical organs, and that means through your eyes, the vibrations of purity, or through your words, when we are speaking all auspicious words, all that also goes to the nature, right?
Mhm.
And I remember whenever I had to go, whenever for physical, some treatment, Dadi Janki says, oh, Baba is making us conqueror of matter. Baba is making us purifying our nature, our matter, so that we can serve more. So purity definitely is connected with the matter. And so Karmati is really when you are doing actions and you are not influenced by the result of any action. So that is become victorious or conqueror of matter.
Mhm.
Yeah, we can think more about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and also the connection between nature turning around and giving us happiness in the golden and silver ages. But even now, nature gives a lot of happiness to human beings. Is that connected, Sister Mohini, to this very sacred thing we do, and that of offering bhog? Taking the elements and putting them in such a clean and pure and sacred way, the way we cook it, the way we buy it, the way we honor it, the cleanliness with which we offer it to Baba. Is that connected to the way we serve nature, offering bhog?
I think it's a good point, and yes, it's true. Because whatever nature is sustaining us, and whatever is sustaining us, we are offering to Baba. And Baba then bless further. And then when we use it again, like there is so much respect of prasad in the temples. Even little bit they get because it had been accepted by God. So I think, yes, definitely I feel that buying of the fruits, buying of the food, or making bhog, make with love, everything clean from your heart definitely has a lot of connection with making you in a kind of like the nature will be cooperative to you.
Mm, mm, mm. So that's what I'm turning on. How do I serve nature in a way that nature will bring me happiness and not take it for granted that, I'm serving nature and by just the way I am following Srimad. Of course, that is done, but sometimes it is important for me to become aware the air that I breathe, the food that I eat, the light that I'm given, the sunrise that I see every morning. And all of these things is also part of my spiritual growth. And so I shouldn't feel guilty that I have to turn toward nature or mercy when I find human beings can't give me. But it's all part. I can turn toward nature. I can develop a relationship with nature because I know that Baba is there between me and nature, between me and souls, and he's asking me to serve both. So I wanted that to be clarified today in the merciful nature of Mother Nature and the merciful nature of human souls. They are very, very connected. So thank you for sharing that. And finally, Sister Mohini, I just want to backtrack to yesterday. And I received an email or a text from someone who wanted to thank you for what you have said about souls who are experiencing so many difficulties in life that the pressure of it, even in terms of relationships, breaking of relationships, are sending them into such depression that they're feeling that the only thing is to choose death by suicide. And so the point that she was making is that in her case, the person didn't commit suicide, but is on the verge of. And is there something that you would say to such souls that would give them that hope that you talked about? The souls, when they are so overburdened, they need for hope to be ignited. Is there something you could say to such souls?
I would say what Baba said, that give burden to God. Whatever burden you have, give to God. But also they should talk to God. More they talk to God, they will instantly feel a lot of courage and lot of strength. So I will just keep telling that, no, go to God. He's Almighty. He's your Father. He's your parents, and connect them with Baba, I think. And that could happen, and the soul can just come out of that thought which that soul has constantly. Soul can be liberated from that thought.
So, Sister Mohini, thank you very, very much. I love your yellow roses. They're very beautiful. So thank you so much. And I'll see you again on Sunday.
Right. Okay.
All right. Om Shanti.
Thank you.
World benefactors, O merciful world benefactor souls, now let the waiting of all souls end. Everyone is waiting for you. When all of you become liberated, then all souls, matter and devotees will become liberated. So become master bestowers who give the donation of liberation. Now save souls from their desires because they are unhappy. They're very unhappy and distressed. So now be merciful and with the attitude of unlimited disinterest, spread the wave of mercy. Now be merciful and reveal your form of being a bestower.
Merciful and bestower, world benefactors, O merciful world benefactor souls, now let the waiting of all souls end. Everyone is waiting for you. When all of you become liberated, then all souls, matter, and devotees will become liberated. So, become master bestowers who give the donation of liberation. Now save souls from their desires because they are very unhappy and distressed. So, now be merciful, and with the attitude of unlimited disinterest, spread the wave of mercy. रहम दिल दातापन विश्व कल्याणकारी हे रहम दिल विश्व कल्याणकारी आत्माएं, अब सर्व के इंतजार को समाप्त करो। आपके लिए सब रुके हुए हैं। आप सब मुक्त हो जाओ तो सर्व आत्माएं, प्रकृति, भक्त मुक्त हो जाए। तो मुक्ति का दान देने वाले मास्टर दाता बनो। अभी आत्माओं को इच्छाओं से बचाओ। बेचारे बहुत दुखी हैं, बहुत परेशान हैं, तो अभी रहमदिल बनो। रहम की लहर बेहद के वैराग्य वृत्ति द्वारा फैलाओ। ओम शांति। Om Shanti.